What is going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football, bringing you guys another draft profile. Today it's Sammy Watkins, wide receiver out of Clemson. Just remember, look at the date below this video. Look when this video was uploaded, because a lot of draft stock shifts and changes in the next 4 months. So let's get right into this one. Again, Sammy Watkins, wide receiver out of Clemson, 6 feet, 205 pounds, some collegiate stats, 224 career receptions with 3,164 yards, 25 touchdowns, and a yards per reception average of 14.1. He had a great freshman season. He had a great third season, but in between there, he missed some time in the 2012 campaign. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance and simple possession of marijuana, which were both misdemeanors, and he was suspended for the first 2 games of the 2012 season. Also for that 2012 season, he missed a little bit of time due to injury, so his middle season there was not as solid as you would have wanted it to be. But overall, still solid production for Sammy Watkins in his college career. Let's get to some pros and cons. Pros: speed and acceleration. One thing that I noticed right away when you watch Sammy Watkins, as soon as he had the ball in his hands, he was just down the field. If he had open field in front of him, he was gone. You were not going to be able to catch him. When he breaks his routes right off the line, he's accelerating. It really helps his route running, where he can get to be where he wants to be, as fast as possible, with how fast he gets there, with how fast he accelerates off the line. So that was one thing I noticed. His hands, he grabs the ball out of the air with both hands and then reels it into his body. You'll see sometimes receivers catching the ball with their body. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to see receivers catching balls with their body. You want to see them catching balls with both their hands and then reeling it in. Another thing, big playability. This goes hand in hand with his speed and acceleration. He's just a very dynamic player. He's and it just kind of shows with how fast he can get down the field as soon as he has the ball in his hands, and his versatility plays a bit of a role in his game as well. There were times where he did return kicks. There were times where they utilized him in the running department, so he's kind of a 3-tool player. But without a doubt, his wide receiving skills is what makes him good, and his wide receiving skills is what makes him a top draft prospect in this year's draft. Now, some cons is elusiveness, and what I mean by elusiveness is he's not one of those players like a Cordarrelle Patterson, where he's going to be very shifty to the point where he's going to make defenders miss. Sammy Watkins, he's not going to break defenders' ankles. He's not going to kind of shake you out of your boots. If you got him, you probably got him. So Sammy Watkins is not that very shifty player, but he uses his speed to beat you. He doesn't use his elusiveness to beat you. Jump balls, in some of the earlier tape in the 2011-2012 season that I watched, Sammy Watkins would have a bit of trouble going up and grabbing the ball when a defender was on him. If he was well defended, he was well defended to the point where he was probably not going to catch the ball. Now, if there was some space, if there was some room, if there was some cushion for him to catch the ball over the shoulder, to kind of jump up and catch it if he was left by himself, that's a different story. Sammy Watkins did grab those balls, but when he was well defended, he had more trouble. And maturity, again, to kind of re-emphasize the fact that he was suspended for the first 2 games of the 2012 season for the simple possession of marijuana and the controlled substance possession. That kind of plays a bit of a role when you're addressing what kind of a player and what kind of a prospect he is off the field. A lot of scouts look and put some draft stock into that as well. Now, draft projection, I have him as a top 15 draft pick. I can see him going anywhere from the top, possibly top 5 to the top 15. Teams that need his services, teams that need a wide receiver: St. Louis, Oakland, Tampa Bay, and the New York Jets. So look out for those first. Look out for those 4 teams to draft a wide receiver early in the 2014 draft. They could be targeting Sammy Watkins in 2014 as early as the first round. So if you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, anything about Sammy Watkins, throw those comments down below. I will be getting to those comments as soon as possible, and I will be getting to your guys' next draft prospect here shortly. Again, Dave from Wake Up It's Football. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.